If you don't have black paper, you can always do this project by just coloring in some shapes instead of cutting them and drawing like lines around them. But if you have all your supplies, like I'm hoping you do, I'll show you how to get started. Oh, and you also will need some scissors, of course. So what we're gonna do, friends, is you can use scraps of paper or brand new pieces of paper, and we're just gonna be cutting out some art, like organic shapes. So the artist kind of calls this his artistic DNA. And when I think DNA, I think nature and science and like things that aren't squares and triangles, things that have some more wiggle and waves to them. So I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just cutting out some really fun shapes. And I'm gonna stick them on my paper. I'm not gluing them down quite yet, but I'm just having a good time making different shapes with my paper. Some of them could be a bit more rectangle-y, or some of them could be a bit more circle-y, but try to keep them wiggly and like organic, so not rectangle, not triangle. Have fun with it. Make the So a good number would be from 3 to 5 of each color, and you can do the shapes however you'd like. You can do more than 5 if you want, if you don't have as many colors as other people. So another thing that's organic would be like certain animals, like if you want to make some like snaky kind of shapes, you can, like wiggles. And feel free, friends, if you'd like to draw these shapes first. I just think it's really fun to just have at the paper and make these really cool shapes. But if you feel that you need to draw them first in pencil and then cut them, that's a really good idea. See how I'm trying to balance out my colors? I don't want to have all my purples together. I want to have colors in between them. I want to spread my pinks out, my yellows out. So I'm really thinking about how I'm laying down my colors. And I can definitely change things. I didn't glue yet, so I can feel free to change. Alright, friends, so now that I have a lot of my space filled in, what I'm going to do is start to glue. Okay, friends, so I have all my shapes drawn on here, and it looks pretty cool already. But what we're going to need to do now is, actually, you'll need a bunch of other crayons and markers to decorate now that I'm thinking about it, because we can't just keep our artistic collage piece like this. Reggie uses lots of designs on his. So with your crayons, you can add some lines and swirls and designs. So on this, maybe I'll do some circles, dots. So think about each shape and making it unique. Alright, so once I have a design on each of my shapes, I'm going to be doing something that he does on a lot of his pieces, and it's kind of like, he calls it making artistic DNA, and he kind of makes these white squiggles around his shapes that connects it all together. So I'm going to take my crayon and just do some really loop-de-loop swirls, pushing down, wrapping around my shapes. Try not to touch the shapes, but get close to them. Loop-de-loop. That looks so cool, friends. I really love how it's turning out. It has all these different colors and shapes and lines, and the squiggle line is super fun to make. It's almost like a dizzy maze around all the shapes to connect them. Great job, friends.